Hello and welcome back to yet another unboxing video. Today we have here a beast in the department of sound. This is the Zoom F6 multi-track field recorder. Let's get to it, guys. So yep, yeah, this is, here we are. So wow, if you know, you already know we're gonna talk about the packaging. So yeah, this is really nice. I feel like I'd sleep inside here. So soft. Yeah, wherever this came from, it had a soft ride. And this is the guy, the main man. We just go straight to him. He comes first before anything else. And as you can see, there's this slider here with the mount here. So if you want to mount it on top of your camera, you want to mount it on top of I don't know, anything else, tripod, whatever you can mount it on, you can do that. Yeah, so that's that. It has a couple of XLR inputs with lockers. So if you press this, these are the lockers. It has a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inputs, just like its name states. These are 6 different channels you can be recording on into this recorder. And this F6 recorder is an upgrade from our Zoom H4n that served us pretty well. If you watch local news here in Kenya, for example, you'll see a couple of big media houses still use this. This is a baby. We still love it though. As compared to this, you can see it does have only 2 XLR ports. Yeah, still serves as well, and you can power it by using these AA batteries, either rechargeable or however you want it, guys. We still use this to kind of record sound effects, and when you're out in the field, it's like we've kind of demoted it to the msaidizi for the big guy. For those of you who don't speak Swahili, msaidizi is helper. So this one is the big guy's assistant. We still love it though. So back to our main guy here. So you can power this up in a couple of ways. There's a USB-C connector. You can use a USB-C to power this up. A USB-C connect port there. There's also, moving on, it has a AA battery tray. The AA batteries are kind of slightly bigger than the AAA, the small remote batteries, just the regular ones. You can even use the rechargeable ones if you have. So when you open up this, there's a tray inside. That's why we talk about a tray. There's a tray that holds 2 on the top part, and when you turn it, there's another 2. So that's one way of powering it up. There's also, you can power it up via USB-C, as we've already mentioned. And then you can also power it up using an NPF battery, like this Sony NPF that we have here, in case you're wondering why it's lying around in this video. So as you know, you just slide it and it sits there perfectly, and you can enjoy shooting for quite some time. So yeah, it has a time code sync that so if you are pairing it with your camera, the time code sync helps with when you're trying to sync audio, just like the name states. There's this time code in and out port, and then just right beside it is a microphone port as well. Then there's a volume knob here, and speaking of volume, you know that this supports 32-bit float recording. And if you don't know what that is one of the most revolutionary features in this kind of recorders. And this allows you for that when you record maybe extremely loud audio that is peaking, or audio that doesn't have a lot of volume, you can in your post-production, you can correct that and bring it to the level that suits you best. It has a power button right here for powering it on the side. So in front here, it has an LCD display that helps you maneuver through your settings and however you want to set up your Zoom F6, considering where you're shooting, whatever you want to shoot here. And alongside it is a control for each and every channel, like the name says again, the 6 channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the record button, there's the stop recording, then there's the play and pause recording. I mean continue and pause recording. Okay, so another feature of this is you have an SD slot over here, and it just has a gate that opens and clicks back in. Quite easy to access, I believe, unlike your conventional recorders. So on this other side, there's a port that it's not really hard to know that it's a port if you're not so keen. It looks like it looks decorative to me. I don't know, but there's a port here. If you take out this grayish rubber, there's a port here for some sort of Bluetooth dongle that you can use to study your time code and such kinds of connectivity. There's also another port here for it's labeled line out. So if you want to connect this to maybe a mixer or something like that, you can be able to do that. Behind here is an SD card port that opens really easily. Yeah, it's some sort of metallic gate where you put in your SD card, and it's the SDXC, the big ones. It's not the micro SD. Yeah, so unlike in the previous models of Zoom like the H4n that uses a micro SD, this uses the normal and conventional SD cards like the ones you can use to record in your cameras. So for the USB-C bit, as you can see here, I told you that it has there's 3 ways you can power this. There's using the NPF batteries, using the AA batteries, and powering it via USB-C cable. So you can connect that to a power outlet, and in this case we are using a power bank. We are using a 65 watt 30,000 mAh power bank to power this on. So yeah, let's power it on and see how that goes. So on powering it on, it shows you the Zoom logo, the everyday Zoom logo. When you power it on, it brings you to this menu that requires you to set the date and time, but let's skip that for now and enter. So currently we don't have a card plugged in. This is how the interface looks like. At the bottom there you can see that the time code is running, and when you switch this on, there's a red light that comes on that shows you that this channel is on. Yeah, that kind of does it for that is kind of how it works for all these other channels. So that is one way to kind of monitor this and know that your channels are recording. Yeah, so there are some pretty basic things that you encounter on the Zoom F6. It's a pretty easy to use recorder, but extremely powerful, and this is used for the most professional gigs you can imagine. So yeah, that's it for now.